Hey, good morning. Let's do it. It is Ben at 10. I am meteorologist Ben Peine here in the Extol Media Studios here in downtown New Albany, or maybe technically uptown New Albany, corner of Vincent's and Market. It is just a really nice, pleasantly cool Thursday. April the 24th. And then later today, we're going to warm up. I think you'll notice a little bit more humidity in the air this afternoon, adding a touch extra moisture this afternoon to the atmosphere. And that could allow for some daytime heating, afternoon kind of hit or miss pop-up showers and thunderstorms, about a 30% chance of it. So you're kind of unlucky, I would say, if you do get caught under one of those downpours. And they're going to be moving slowly. There's not much wind in the atmosphere, so they could put down some locally heavy rainfall. No severe weather expected with that. Basically, your garden variety pop-ups here and there. So just kind of random variety with that rain chance today, and possibly an isolated shower continuing this evening. And then we'll have a higher chance of some scattered showers and thunderstorms for tomorrow. And it looks like I'll just making sure everything is looking good here on our live stream here this morning. So it looks like we're in good shape. Thanks for joining us. Please feel free to join the conversation. I can pop up your comments and we can just have a good old-fashioned conversation. There's my name in this corner right here, Ben Peine. Again, still getting a little confusion. It is the real spelling there at Peine. So thanks for joining us this morning, and thanks for partnering with us as well. We've got NWSB Banking and Libs Paving Company. We got also Lions Roofing, who I mentioned last couple of weeks, just been helping us personally with my mom's roof, working with the insurance agency, the adjuster, and all that process, and just making it real easy with DJ Zip, who's been helping me there from Alliance. And then we have Weddington Custom Homes, who you're going to see over the next few weeks or more. Probably every couple weeks, we'll just do a casual conversation with Brad Weddington, who runs Weddington Custom Homes, and he'll be able to answer any questions for you with things around the house. So again, thanks to all of our partners. And I think I want to start off with some positivity. So put that in the back of your mind here in just a second. First, I want to give a couple of good mornings out there from Judy Tyndall. Thanks for watching here. Longtime viewer, Beverly Haggis. Thanks for tuning in from Borden, Indiana. And we have Angela. Thanks for that compliment. Loving the background. Yeah, I wouldn't mind making some merch, some different varieties. I might think about making different colors as well. Just kind of just change it up day by day. Maybe if we have a blue sky, do like a gradient of a blue or yellow colors. So we might do some different fun things with the background. Maybe add in a river or the Sherman Minton Bridge. Who knows? So yeah, thank you very much for that compliment right there. Okay, so we will get into the forecast, which again involves a few pop-ups today, higher rain chance tomorrow, nice weekend, back to normal temperatures, upper 60s, lower 70s. Looks very warm to start off our Derby week Monday, Tuesday. It looks unsettled Wednesday, Thursday time frame of next week. So that'd be kind of like 502 day, Derby. Might need some of the ponchos and the rain gear. We're going to dig into that weather model data during the mid portion of our show. Typically, we've been doing about 45 minutes or so, just give or take on how the conversation goes with you guys. And we have Jane Sullivan watching from PRP, Kentucky. So thanks for tuning in from right across the river as well. So again, we'll get into some of the Derby week details as we look ahead. Feeling optimistic for Oaks afternoon and for Derby days. We're starting to get a little bit closer. The European weather model, the GFS, the Canadian weather model have some agreements on some of the timing for next week. So again, we'll dig into all of that. Look at this guy here. Sam Gabrielli getting back to Kentucky this weekend. Please tell me the weather will be nice. And it will be nice. So who is this guy, Sam Gabrielli? It's this guy right here. why do I bring up Sam Gabrielli? Well, he is a co-worker of mine for a couple of years, great meteorologist, and one of the most nice, positive humans on the earth and to work with. And I just want to give a big congratulations to Sam because he got his certificate to be a flight dispatcher. So we want him to stay local. So he had to go down to Fort Lauderdale. Really feel bad for him that he had to go to school in Fort Lauderdale for, I think, 6 weeks or so. And so he did his studying down there. That's his girlfriend, Ashley, by the way, longtime girlfriend. And Reed Yaden also has a place down in Fort Lauderdale. He's always tweeting pictures there, making us all feel jealous. But here is a look at Sam there on the beach. Congratulations, Sam, adding another feather to your cap with a flight dispatcher certificate. Now, you might be asking, what the heck is a flight dispatcher and what do they do? So I'll bring that up here. If you can read that. I know it's kind of small print. I'm reading it with you here. A flight dispatcher creates flight plans. So keep in mind, there's a lot going on behind you to plan out every single flight wherever they might be going. It might be UPS delivering packages across the world, but it might be passenger travel as well. The pilot just does not hop into the airplane and take off. There's more to it than that. So a dispatcher develops detailed flight plans, including routes, altitudes, fuel requirements, and takeoff and landing plans. External factors included. They take into account aircraft performance, loading, en route winds, weather conditions. Is there going to be thunderstorms, turbulence, airspace restrictions, and airport conditions? They brief the pilots on flight plans, discuss potential issues, provide updates and changes as needed. They work with air traffic control to ensure smooth and safe flight procedures. They keep track of the flight's progress en route, including the time of arrival and departure, and they continuously monitor weather conditions along the flight route and alternate airports. And they ensure adequate fuel is available and make adjustments as needed. I would say all of that is very important. So it's good to know that behind the pilots, there's also a crew monitoring all of that. And then Sam, with the flight dispatcher certificate, also has a degree in meteorology, going hand in hand. So we want them to stay local. Sometimes you got to work your way up in that industry, whether it's regional to a major hub. I wish Sam the best of luck. Again, a very awesome guy to work with that I got the pleasure to work with. And again, if you're just tuning in, there he is, Sam Gabrielli. Again, if you hire him here locally to be your flight dispatcher, just know that the room will be filled with positivity. So congratulations again to Sam. We have Jane that said, love the background. I have a cup of coffee very similar. Oh, very cool. Good morning from Lanesville, Indiana to Robert Simpson and Steve Gibbons enjoying Bennett 10 AM show from Brandenburg. And we've got Jeanette from Grayson County, Kentucky. Thanks for watching, Jeanette Pierce. And thanks for just giving us a good morning. Now, it is not a good morning to the ticks out there. So yesterday morning, I just went like this, the wake up scratch, and had a tick right there on my neck. Thankfully, it did not embed all the way in. I was able to just pick it off, smash it. Now, we have woods surrounding us, so ticks are very common for us, especially when we have 3 dogs. Even with medicine, the tick medicine, they can get on their legs, bring the ticks inside. So we've had almost 11 years of living with ticks around us. So it's nothing new for us. But we do need to get over to Cross Creek House Call over in the Knobs and get the dogs their medicine because they're coming out in full force. We have a good morning from Linda Lawrence from Nab, Indiana. Thanks for watching from there. And so I bring this back up to make a point. That's the Lone Star tick. And I believe Melissa Swan, my former coworker, shared this because I think she was impacted by this. So University of Kentucky, Martin Gatton College of Agriculture put this out. In response to rising concerns and increasing numbers of individuals impacted by alpha-gal syndrome, also known as red meat allergy. The University of Kentucky Martin Gatton College of Agriculture, Food and Environment will host a free statewide webinar on May 29th. Alpha-gal syndrome is triggered primarily by bites from the Lone Star tick. I see a bunch of those around. I would say most is what I see in our woods, which carries the sugar molecule alpha-gal. This molecule is linked to serious allergic reaction in some people who consume or even just are in contact with red meat or other mammalian products. Kentucky ranks among the states with the highest prevalence of this condition, interesting, and I'm sure Southern Indiana as well, making prevention awareness and dietary guidance critical for residents across the Commonwealth. So watch out for the ticks, put that spray on if you're doing those walks and hikes around the area. Also, there's other things that ticks can infect you with. Ehrlichiosis, I think is what it's called, and can put people down for the count and put people in the hospital. Lyme disease, I don't think it's as prevalent here. It can happen, but so far that is a lot worse to the north over the Great Lakes and to the northeast. But I'm sure even people around here have been infected by that. Ticks, don't like them. Keep the possums around and the birds and the turkeys and the chickens, because they like to eat up on those ticks out there. We've got Angela Epperson, good morning to you. And we have Peggy Hedges, take care of yourself and the family, which includes the dogs. Yes, indeed. Vicki, good morning from Salem. What do you use on your dog for flea and ticks? We give them the pill or the chew that they eat. And usually that does it. We get that from the vet. Typically, it usually lasts the season. Might have to do twice. We have Angela Hoover Fallender. I'm a retired infection control nurse and ticks make me nervous. There you go. Straight from the source. I have had plenty of tick bites. Then I had one that got a little red around it. So I did go to the doctor for that. This was probably, 6 years ago, and just got some antibiotics just to be careful with it. But if they don't embed, if they're not on you for very long, typically they won't be a big deal. Good morning to David Lay. And again, we'll get to the forecast basically right now. Just wanted to throw that out there about the ticks. Watch out for them. It's getting really buggy. We kind of mentioned this yesterday. The bugs are going crazy. This is what I've been dealing with. This is a large carpenter ant mound in progress. I got to them like the day they started making it. This was pretty close to the house. My sister, her house, got the carpenter ants in the house, into the studs, and that caused a problem. So I sprayed all around the house, parts of the inside, basement, and I've knocked out probably 3 or 4 of these carpenter ant mounds so far. So they've been a little bit of a struggle so far this year. Linda Anderson, good morning to you. And we have Angela Brewer. I have alpha-gal from Lone Star tick. It's a horrible illness. Sorry to hear about that, Angela, but thanks for letting us know that it's more common than you think. It seems super weird, too, to be allergic to red meat, but it's getting fairly common in our area from that Lone Star tick. So yeah, just talking about the bugs being crazy out there, and I want to pop up the weekend forecast here for you. Tomorrow, about an 80% chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms across the area. Now the timing, it just looks like it will be scattered about. You could have a few showers in the morning, probably a better chance in the afternoon and the nighttime. Severe weather threat's going to be low. Could have some periods of heavy rainfall and some lightning and thunder and some gusty winds. And then we dry out for Saturday and Sunday. I'm actually going to drop those weekend temperatures a bit. This was my update from yesterday. I forgot to load in the new one. But Saturday upper 60s, 72 Sunday. But all dry for the weekend. It will be mostly cloudy Saturday, and then will be a bit sunnier for Sunday. I'm gonna remove that, bring up this, and before we again dig into the forecast details here in just a moment, the bird migration in full force. It's just a fun site to check out here, birdcast.info, and then this is the kind of the heat map here of the migration. So the brighter colors, the bigger the migration. It was another busy night for the birds. We have a south breeze the next couple of days, so they like to take that south breeze train from the deep south. 123 million estimated birds in flight last night. So they like to migrate at nighttime and then chill out, forage in the afternoon, and head to bed at nighttime, or they take back off at nighttime to get to their destination. So peak migration time right now. And we have a good morning. Thank you for your video. Laura Lee Astores, thanks for watching here. And she says, loving the nice weather. Thank you so much for popping in and participating in the conversation this morning. This is one of the ways you can follow along, extolmag.com/weather, where you can find our live stream. Some people ask, where can we find your live stream? Right here, obviously, I'm on my Facebook page. If you're here, Extol Weather Facebook page, Extol Media on YouTube, or on extolmag.com/weather. Lots of places to find us. There's the updated 7-day forecast right there. We can pop that right up, and you can see 76 tomorrow. I dropped it to 67 Saturday, 72 Sunday. Very warm early next week as we head into Derby week with 80s. And then, as you can see there, towards the end of the 7-day forecast, towards some of the bigger Derby week events, starting to see some unsettled weather possibly returning. Also, daily, or almost daily, I like to update the weather story for the day. So that'll feature some extra maps there for you for some timing of the rainfall. That just shows some of the pop-up showers that we'll have this afternoon. Looking at very high pollen levels across the area for today. High levels of tree pollen mainly, but I think that grass pollen season is about to kick in quickly. Starting to see some seeding from the grass. You've got your forecast for today that you can pop up, and tonight, and then a look at some of the timing with that rain tomorrow on some of the maps. This was one of the higher resolution weather models showing a good chance of rain tomorrow afternoon, some thunderstorms, and then it was printing out about 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches of rainfall total for tomorrow. And then again, you got your forecast there. So that's the weather story at extolmag.com/weather. You've also got other forecast maps with the severe weather outlook. And we do not really have any concern with severe weather around our area. Got your drought monitor and a look at current Indiana traffic and traffic cameras. These are the NDOT cams. They are all over the place. Looking at filtered sunshine throughout the area with some mid-level clouds out there. This is a look up towards the knobs on 64 as you head up through the limestone chute right there. There you can see some of that sunshine. So a very, very nice morning. And actually this afternoon is going to be pretty pleasant as well, as we will have just about a 30% chance of a pop-up shower or thunderstorm. So looking good there along the Falls of the Ohio. This is the Falls of the Ohio Foundation.org camera. And if you go check this out, whatever you're doing, just kicking back and you just want something relaxing to check out, it does pan different ways automatically. And so you can just see what's happening. Looks like some folks there looking at some of the fossils there and the fossil beds, and someone throwing out the line, doing a little fishing there along the river too. So getting to enjoy their morning along the waterfront. I like it. There's a bird taking off as well. And then this will, I think in just a second, will pan off to the east, and then that'll give us a view of Ashland Park and the city. And a look at that mixed sky of sunshine, and it looks like some altostratus clouds, some cirrus clouds, some of the high level clouds across the area, and a plane flying by as well. All right, let me try to get out of that big view here. And there we go. Okay. So back to the weather forecast here for you. I know I kind of been jumping around a little bit. Let me add this one back up. So we've got a look at the sunset times. Our days are getting longer and longer, you've probably noticed. We have today our sunset almost 8:30. 9 p.m. sunsets begin at the end of May. And then our latest days are right around the beginning of summertime. 9:10 sunset is at June 22nd. And we have those after 9 p.m. sunsets up until July 23rd. And then we're back into 8 p.m. sunsets as we head into August. Forecast for today, we've got up to 80 degrees. A few pop-up showers and thunderstorms will be possible. Again, it's only about a 30% chance of that. Maybe a little bit higher in Kentucky, and in the south wind at around 5 to 15. Winds are still pretty light today. And again, there's not much wind in the atmosphere. So these things are going to be kind of slow movers when they pop up, popping up with the heat of the day. After sunset, there could still be an isolated shower, dodging that for some of the after-school events today. But as we lose the daytime heating, we lose the energy for these showers, so we'll likely see fewer showers after sunset. And again, there's that allergy report we were talking about, high levels, and that play ball forecast, 4 p.m., 80 degrees. Now, if you do get a shower over your area or some extra clouds, that'll fall into the 70s. If you have sunshine, plan on around 80 degrees, made up to around 82 yesterday. 76 at 6 p.m. and then 72 at 8 p.m. rain chance. Again, about 30% chance. And just that light south breeze out there. Just looking over some of the comments, we've got Patty Ashley, good morning from you. And good morning, Mom. Love what you teach us. Thanks for popping in each morning. And to my grandma, who's also there up in Borden, Indiana. Tonight's forecast, 63 degrees, isolated, shower possible, partly cloudy, and mild, light south wind at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. A milder night, kind of like an early summertime night with temperatures about 10 degrees above normal, in the lower 60s. And here is that big 7-day forecast here for you, which gets a little more complicated middle of next week. Tomorrow, 80% chance scattered showers and thunderstorms. Severe weather not expected, but you could have some locally heavy rain, some gusty winds, some lightning and thunder out of some of those passing showers and thunderstorms. 67, a little bit cooler for Saturday, but dry and mostly cloudy. I think those clouds are going to limit the warm up a little bit for Saturday, but it's pretty close to normal and exactly at normal with the forecast Sunday. You can see the normal high and low temperature bottom left corner of your screen at 72 and the normal low 52. And then we pop up to 72 degrees on Sunday with sunshine, and then we jump up to 82 degrees Monday. I didn't put a rain chance there Monday. Some of the weather models just barely hinted at maybe an isolated shower. So right now I'm just putting that word isolated there. Most areas should be dry. And then a lot of the models keep Tuesday dry, but maybe by Tuesday night, starting to see a chance of some showers and thunderstorms. So I put late night there. Before that, a high of 84 degrees. And then 70s with some scattered showers and thunderstorms developing for Wednesday and for Thursday. Some of the models dry us out for Oaks on Friday. Some keep some of the rain around for Oaks on Friday. And then all the models are dry for Derby Day. So that is good. We got Rich Carlson. Thank you for tuning in here. And we've got Caroline coming in here. Looks like Saturday is the best day for a Derby party. TKO Flight Club presents the Kentucky Derby 2025. That's at a really cool spot too. Was it Progress Park over there where they have the RVs, the camper, the streamline. They've got the lake there. It's surrounded by an urban environment. It is an oasis in the middle of an urban environment there. But take a look at that. Google TKO Flight Club presents the Kentucky Derby 2025. And I believe that benefits Parkinson's, if I'm not wrong. So beneficial, fun event, plenty of bourbon out there and watching some of the races as well. So take a look at that, and we'll likely make some more graphic with more information about that as well. So thanks for popping in. And that is the forecast here. Speaking of Derby stuff, we've been talking about this the last couple of days. Hottest Oaks, 94. Coldest, 38. Hopefully we're somewhere in the middle, and the wettest about 1.5 inches. And about half of Derby and Oaks days have had rain at some point in time during the day. 151st Derby stats here. Hottest, 94 again. Coldest, 36. There was some sleet in 1989, and the wettest, over 3 inches. That happened just 7 years ago in 2018. And this time around, here's our stab at it right now. So Derby, right now the model's calling for some showers and thunderstorms. Hopefully not a washout for that. And then for Oaks on Friday, I'm keeping a little bit of a rain chance in there, maybe hopefully just in the morning, and then trending drier in the afternoon with 72. And then so far, so good for the Derby in the lower 70s. And some of the models have been fluctuating between 60s and 70s for Oaks and Derby. Either way, on the pleasant side of things, hopefully this time around. But it looks like we might have to do the rain dodge, maybe have some of the rain gear for the big day Wednesday, 502 day, and then for Thursday. It looks like a pretty good chance of rain as well. Thanks for popping in those comments here. So we got through the forecast period here at 10:25. Now for the mid portion of the show, want to go ahead and dig into the weather model data. So if you are a weather nerd, perhaps this is your favorite part of the show as we get a little bit deep into the details, no doubt about that. All right, so bringing up the weather graphics here, we are on the warm side of the United States. As we pop this up full screen, take a look at that. It's almost evenly divided. You take a line, and there is a line on here. Those are automatically plotted. That's the stationary front from the Great Lakes, cutting through Michigan, and then through the Great Plains. Northwest, that's where the cold air of wintertime lingers, where you see 20s, 30s, and 40s. Thank goodness we're not dealing with that anymore, as the warm air is winning out for the Ohio Valley through much of the Midwest and down over the South and Southeast and to the Mid-Atlantic and up through Pennsylvania and parts of the Northeast as well. Temperature-wise, there you can see definitely a nation divided across the region. All right, we've got the currents there out of the way. Let me go ahead and bring up the radar and satellite, see if we have anything popping off to the south just yet. Yeah, so we're starting to see that moisture flowing in from the south. So let's see if we can put a little loop on this. The lines of equal air pressure, the isobars, are still spaced far out. So the winds are going to be pretty light today. That airflow coming up from the south. And as that airflow comes from the south, we're adding moisture to the atmosphere. As we do that, and high pressure is left to the east, we don't have that lid of high pressure to keep the clouds from forming. And it looks like we'll have the air flowing up. As we heat up this afternoon, that air those little currents, those parcels begin to rise with some buoyancy, which is kind of unstable air. And so that will pop up some of those, again, hit or miss, splash and dash showers and thunderstorms for this afternoon. So as we look a little bit closer here, so far in Kentucky, we're seeing just a couple of these little showers, kind of sprinkly activity here around Greene and Taylor County, around Campbellsville, and right around Rough River as well. Just a little bit of activity. Much more scattered in nature, more widespread in Tennessee to our south. And it's going to be more isolated for us as we head into the afternoon. Expanding out that view, active weather out west. But the severe weather threat, thankfully, this time around is staying very, very low across much of the region and much of the United States as well. Let's go ahead and bring up the weather model data. Future radar, if you want to call it that. This is the NAM 3 kilometer. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the high resolution rapid refresh weather model, and it's starting here at 11 a.m., picking up a little bit of that activity off to the south. I'll go ahead and shift my map just a little bit here, and then I'm going to take this kind of hour by hour through this afternoon. So we're starting to heat up. This is around 2 o'clock. Starting to see a couple of these showers pop in the early afternoon with the heat of the day. This model doesn't show very much at all. You can see a little more of that activity in Kentucky. And then I'm going to stop it here at 4 o'clock. There you can see most of it along and south of the Ohio River. Just keep in mind, this is one high resolution weather model. I'm going to show a couple here. Then this is at 5 p.m. for today. And notice how random this is. So I wouldn't get obsessed over if you see a red spot over your county, because this is going to be random pop-ups. The models cannot do that yet, to be that specific. This just shows you the kind of variety of the pop-ups we'll have. This is at around 7 p.m., and then this is at 8 p.m. around sunset. I like this solution where we lose the heat of the day, we start to lose that chance of rain. Now, with that said, let's take a look. Let's go with the NAM 3 kilometer. earlier update with this one was a little more aggressive. So this right here is at 11 a.m., picking up on some of those little showers off to the south. As we head into this afternoon, there you can see just a little bit of stuff starting to pop around 1 o'clock. And this is at 2 o'clock. So it doesn't look as aggressive as it was when I first came in early this morning. But very similar to the high resolution rapid refresh weather model, just showing a little bit of a little spotty activity pop up. There's where it got a little more aggressive, around 4 or 5 o'clock. So that's probably a little more widespread than we'll actually have across the area. And there's not much wind in the atmosphere. We do have unstable air. We have that CAPE that we've talked about, that convective available potential energy. This is at 3 o'clock today. So this is one severe weather ingredient that we look at. So with the sunshine and the warmth today, over 1,000 joules per kilogram, that'll certainly give you a thunderstorm, but the winds are very light. We do not have the wind ingredient for severe weather today. But what that does, these showers and storms that pop up today, slow movers. They don't have much wind to work with. So they pop up, they kind of wash themselves out. They might locally put down some heavy rain in some spots to watch out for. All right, let me get rid of this. And we'll go back to reflectivity. And this should take us into tomorrow as well. So we're going to look at the NAM 3 kilometer going into our Friday morning. I'll start this off at 7 a.m. So tomorrow, a better chance of periods of scattered showers and thunderstorms across the area, as we'll just have some unstable air around the area. We've got just disturbances riding down through the region. This front gets closer late tomorrow and gives us a better kick for those showers and thunderstorms. Vicky, you're correct. Vicky says, they make your yard grow. Yeah, so yesterday I had time to mow my front yard. I'm hoping today, before these showers happen, I can sneak back home and get the rest of the yard mowed before it gets wetter tomorrow. So this is this is 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, some spotty showers around. You know, and this is kind of a guess right now because the models are having a tough time timing out the rain chances tomorrow, even though we're pretty close with the high resolution weather model data. If I were to guess, I would say the morning would be drier than the late afternoon and evening tomorrow. As we back up the view here, there you can see more widespread rain just out to our west, southwest. This is at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Advancing another hour or two ahead, this shows that bigger blob of rain starting to move over more of our area, becoming more widespread tomorrow afternoon. So this here is at 1 p.m. tomorrow. And that is with the NAM 3 kilometer high resolution weather model. Take off that telestration. We'll move ahead to 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So this model would call tomorrow afternoon the wettest. There are some other weather models that have kind of the last big batch of showers and thunderstorms moving through tomorrow night. This is 6 p.m. I'm just advancing hour by hour here with the data. So this is a look at, we're almost to the almost to the last portion of this model. A lot of the high-res models only go out about 24 to 48 hours. So this shows that next wave. So this one has an afternoon wave of some rain and storms, and then it has that final wave with that front moving through tomorrow night. This is at midnight tomorrow night and into Saturday morning. So not a washout tomorrow as we look at this data together, but periods of scattered showers and thunderstorms. This is 1 a.m. going into 2 a.m. Saturday morning. And the good news with this is that this rain during the overnight period starts to move south of our area. And I would say before sunrise, Saturday morning, the rain is gone. In fact, this is a look at 6 a.m. on our Saturday morning. The rain's starting to shift off to the east. That leaves us with dry conditions. I think we will have mostly cloudy weather for Saturday and upper 60s for highs. Certainly much cooler than we've been lately. And then some lower 70s and sunshine for Sunday. So that is pretty much it for tomorrow. Now, what about rainfall totals? Let's take a look at that. I'm going to pop up the GFS high res and put on the total precipitation. And I need to jump ahead to the early morning of the 26th to look at the grand total rainfall amounts. So it's been pumping out anywhere. I'm just plotting a few of these kind of randomly across the area. And if I go ahead and put this up full screen, so there you can see we're looking at grand total about a ½ to 1.5 inches of rainfall, depending if you get some of that convection over your area. Convection meaning a thunderstorm. So we're looking at a decent amount. Now, if you get caught under a thunderstorm, you might get some locally heavy rain, maybe some ponding of water briefly, but significant flooding is not expected with this system. And the severe weather threat is also very low. So let me go ahead and bring this back up, clear that out. Oops. Let me clear out the telestration. Sorry, I'm clicking on a bunch of stuff here. And let me go ahead and bring up the Storm Prediction Center's severe weather risk. And then we'll take a quick look at next week, and we'll recap the forecast here as we're at 10:36. All right, so we've got Storm Prediction Center right here. So today's severe weather risk is all the way out in the Great Plains, West Texas, West Oklahoma, Southwest Kansas into Colorado. I was chatting with my former coworker Alden German, and he's been there coming up on a year, and he had his first severe weather, first tornado warnings that he's had to cover there in Denver because of the setup there. A lot of times they'll form along and just ahead of the front range of the Rockies there. Storm Prediction Center day 2. So this would be tomorrow. So even with those scattered showers and thunderstorms, the Storm Prediction Center does not have us under a risk of severe storms. They have level 1, which is the lowest level down over Oklahoma and into Texas. So thankfully, just not a setup for severe weather for our area. And now this is a look at the Climate Prediction Center, still predicting the 6 to 10 day outlook with overall above average chances of above normal temperatures over our region. So let me go ahead and bring up the future radar again, and we're going to go to GFS, and we're going to go out to next week. So as I mentioned, it looks like next Wednesday, Thursday could be the wettest days of our Derby week. And I'm going to bring up the reflectivity here. And we've got Lillian Lasley. Thank you for your video. Thank you for watching our video. We are here because you are here. And you're watching here, by the way, the kind of the middle portion, towards the end of the portion of our show here at 10:38 on this April the 24th, a very lovely Thursday morning. And you can find us here again on Meteorologist Ben Peine, still P-I-N-E on Facebook until they change it, Extol Weather on Facebook, and Extol Media on YouTube here in the Extol Media Studios in New Albany, Indiana. Extol means to shout out, to celebrate, to highly praise, and we do that here in southern Indiana. But also, as you see, the maps, we look beyond as well. So we are looking beyond the 7-day forecast with the longer range weather model data here. I'm going to jump ahead to Tuesday of next week. So that is the end of April. This is looking at 4/29. So that would be Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. This is 11 a.m. on the 29th. This is 5 p.m. So we're starting to see a little activity out to our west late Tuesday. And then Tuesday night, starting to see a chance of some showers and thunderstorms back across the area. So this is 11 p.m. next Tuesday. This is going into the overnight hours. Looks like a front could get hung up across the area. This is on the 29th. And no, I'm mistaken. 29th is Tuesday. This is going into the 30th on Wednesday. All right, so late Tuesday into Wednesday, got a chance of some showers and thunderstorms. This is going into our May 1st, which is Thursday. And there you can see some unsettled weather in general across the area. Linda Anderson, thanks for all the detailed maps. You are very welcome. Just kind of fun to look at the data together in real time. This is 5 p.m. May the 1st. So that would be Thursday next week. That would be Thurby, showing a chance of some scattered showers across the area. This is 11 p.m. May 1st. We're going into May 2nd morning. So this would be Oaks Friday in the morning time. Keeping some rain around there on May 2nd. And then into Derby Day itself. See, I'm not buying that one. I'm trying to be optimistic. I'm trying to get that rain out of here for May 3rd. And this, it could be the 6Z update from the GFS. We like the 0Z and the 12Z. That is around 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. weather model updates. That's when you get the weather balloons. You get the data coming in, the really good data. So I'm still optimistic for drying out Oaks afternoon and dry for Derby. Certainly past the 7-day forecast, the weather models are up in the air, pun intended. So we'll definitely be doing some fine tuning to this forecast, the long range forecast. But in general, late Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week looks like it could be a bit unsettled. I just wanted to see as far as energy for strong thunderstorms next week. So yeah, it looks like there's some surface instability here at different times, as it looks like maybe a front kind of gets hung up over the area middle end of our Derby week. Just something to keep in mind there as we get closer. But early next week, mostly dry and 80s for Monday and Tuesday. And then I'm going to bring up the forecast. If you've been watching this entire time, thanks for being here this entire time. And if you popped in late, like to give the recap of that forecast. So I'm going to add this one up here. So our sunsets, 8:28 this evening, or we get our 9 p.m. sunsets at the end of May, and then 9:10 June 22nd. Those are the latest sunsets. You still have some twilight up until around 10 p.m. with our latest sunsets. And then July 23rd, we're back down to a 9 p.m. sunset. Kathy Bryant giving us a thanks. Thank you for watching here, Kathy. So today, 80 degrees, few pop-up showers and thunderstorms, hit or miss, 30% chance of that. Sunset almost at 8:30. High levels of pollen, tree pollen mainly. I think we're going to start to see that grass pollen being introduced soon. That play ball forecast after school, chance of an isolated shower or storm, 80 degrees at 4, 70s from 6 to 8 p.m. I was at my daughter's tennis match. She got the win last night, and it was a little toasty out there, definitely on the warm side. So if you don't have a shower, it'll be on the warm side, a bit humid as well. I think you'll feel the humidity rising a little bit. There's Vicky, still here. Thanks for still watching there, Vicky Berger, up in the Salem area. Tonight, 63 degrees, isolated shower possible, partly cloudy, mild, just a light south wind at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sun up tomorrow morning at 6:53. There could be some spotty showers as we get going tomorrow. And here we go with the 7-day forecast. This is where we'll probably wrap it up. Hopefully you've got some information that you can use, some weather news that you can use here. 80% chance of those scattered showers and thunderstorms tomorrow. Not a total washout, but we'll have some periods of rain and some storms. Could be heaviest in the afternoon, and then again late night. Might be a couple bouts of that rainfall. Could add up to around a ½ inch to an inch and a half of rain. 56, the low Monday night. 67, your high Saturday, mostly cloudy, and a bit cooler Saturday night in the upper 40s. 72 and sunshine for your Sunday, and then 82 Monday. I'm keeping that mainly dry. I didn't put that yellow rain chance on there because it looks so isolated if we did have anything. And then 30% chance of a shower or thunderstorm for Tuesday, especially late Tuesday. And then we could have some off and on showers and thunderstorms next Wednesday and Thursday. The hope is we trend drier Oaks afternoon and for Derby Day. Again, highly subject to change once we get that far out, even Wednesday and Thursday. We're going to have to get into the higher resolution weather models to do better timing on that. Steamboat race Wednesday, 78, but it always seems every Derby week we have some wet weather to contend with. They also have the great Balloon Fest Derby week, and there seems to be always maybe a little bit too much wind or a rain chance, but hopefully we'll do our best as far as all the Derby week events. Maybe Vicky is the last comment of the show here. Thanks, Ben. Have a great day. Want you all to have a great day. And thank you so much for watching our Ben at 10. We do it every Monday through Friday right here at 10 a.m. Again, my Facebook page, Extol Weather Facebook page, Extol Media on YouTube, or you can live stream it at extolmag, extolmag.com/weather. Bookmark that page, hop right to it. On YouTube, really easy to bring us up full screen on your TV, or possibly even that link there on extolmag.com/weather. I think we're going to end it with Vicky Berger. Thanks for watching here as we've gone about 45 minutes on this Thursday. Again, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you for tomorrow. It's Friday Eve. We'll see you on TGIF, Ben at 10 tomorrow morning. Have a great Thursday.